I've broken my leg! Kelsey, where do we go? It's okay. I'm a radiologist.
Welcome to 42 Minutes with your co-anchors Kelsey Genoways, Christina Rios, and our field reporter Bridget Tuttle.
Good evening. I'm Kelsey Genoways, and this is a special episode of 42 Minutes without a special schedule. Today we are studying the world of radiology. Christina, what is radiology?
Well, Kelsey, radiology is a science dealing with X-rays and other high-energy radioactivity. Tonight we'll be talking with Dr. Mickey Tilgner. Beginning our segment is Bridget Tuttle.
Thank you, Christina and Kelsey. I'm here with Dr. Mickey Tilgner. Mickey, where do you work at?
I am a radiologist at Emmanuel Medical Center here in Omaha.
All right, when did you know you wanted to be a doctor?
I thought about being a doctor for a long time, even when I was much younger in junior high and high school. I volunteered at our local hospital in the emergency room, and I decided it was very interesting and that I might like to pursue a career in it.
Did you take any special classes in high school to be a radiologist?
Well, many people do take a lot of science classes in high school and then they continue those science classes in college, but I didn't. I was very interested in music and ended up taking no science in high school at all. And then in college I took a lot of science classes, but you don't have to be a science major in order to be a medical doctor.
How long did you go to school?
I went a long time. After high school I went to college for 4 years, and then I was lucky enough to get into medical school the first time I applied. So then right after college I went to medical school, and that took 4 years. And then after that I did a residency, and the radiology residency that I did was 4 more years. Anymore, to do a radiology residency takes more like 5, 6, or 7 years on top of all the other training. So I probably put in about as much time after high school as most people put in between kindergarten and graduating from high school. So it's a long haul.
Oh my gosh! I can't even pay attention to biology for 5 minutes!
How long have you practiced medicine?
I finished medical school in 1982, and I finished my residency in 1986. So if you do the math, you can tell I'm not too young anymore, but a little over 25 years.
What does a radiologist do exactly?
The bread and butter radiology that most people would think of that we do is we look at x-rays, which are pictures of the body, the inside of the body, so we can tell, for instance, whether you broke a bone. We can see whether somebody might have pneumonia or heart failure. We might see if someone has cancer. And those are just with regular x-rays, but we also do special types of imaging, and that would be like CAT scans, and that really lets us look inside the body in very detailed ways. We do other types of modalities like ultrasound, where there's no radiation, and also ultrasound is used to look at the gallbladder or other parts of the body that might get sick without any radiation use. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Radiologists also look at magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, and that's primarily used for detailed pictures of like the bones, knees, joints, that kind of thing, and also to some degree for other parts of the body, especially the brain and the spinal canal. I don't do all parts of radiology. We're finding that there's so much to know that most people are subspecialized, and they pick just one little area that they know the most about. So a lot of people in our group just do one thing, like they just do MR, or they just do CT and ultrasound.
What made you choose radiology?
My husband thought it would be a very good job for somebody that wanted to raise a family and be married, because radiologists don't have to have a practice where we take care of the same patients all the time. It's more of a regular work day where we work and read whatever comes in, whatever procedures and images need to be looked at, and it allows someone that wants to do something else, whether it's raise a family or have some other career or hobby, it allows you to do that a little more easily than many areas of medicine.
Have you ever felt discriminated against because you're a woman?
I think there have been lots of instances of that, especially earlier when I was in medical school and residency. I haven't noticed it nearly as much in the last 5 years, but yes. I remember my first rotation in medical school and my first day of surgery, I went to meet the man who was the head of the University of Iowa surgery department, and he took one look at me and what I had on, and he said, "I don't like your shoes, go home and change your shoes." So I wasn't sure what to do. It seemed like such a strange thing, but I went home and changed my shoes, and then I came back, and he seemed much happier about that.
Christina, can you believe what that sexist pig did?
I would have shoved that shoe up his.
What do you think is your greatest strength?
Ooh, my greatest strength, I think, probably stick-to-itiveness. I'm a plotter. I don't give up very easily, and if I don't get something right away, I'll come back to it and I'll just kind of keep at it and keep kind of running it through my head and ruminating on it until I can come up with something. I don't give up real easily.
Yeah, what other strengths do you think you need to be a radiologist?
Well, I think probably the greatest strength is somebody that is willing to spend a lot of time book learning and a lot of time reading, and once you've finished your training, you have to expect that you're still going to be doing a lot of studying.
Kelsey, Christina, back to you after this commercial break. On this week's episode of House... Wilson, get in here!
What is it?
He actually has lupus!
But they never have lupus!
Yeah! And now we're back.
You said you do a little bit of everything. What are there any branches you especially work in?
I do. I probably spend the most time doing mammography, and that has to do with taking pictures of breasts and pretty much just the work of dealing with problems that women have that are unique to the female body. And as I'm sure you guys all know, breast cancer is a big problem, and so we work very hard to try to find it. And most women, once they reach the age of 40, get a mammogram every year, and that's the best way that we have right now to make sure that things aren't changing and that people aren't developing cancers.
Yeah. What is the most rewarding part of your job?
When you find something that is curable and you can do something about it, or some of the OB scans we do are very interesting, where we get to see babies doing fun things and while they're inside the mom. What else? Knowing what somebody has, if it's a difficult diagnosis, it's really exciting to be able to put a name on it and call the doctor and say they have such and such, and now you need to do that. It's very fun to be able to put the pieces of the puzzle together.
Right. Well, thank you for the interview.
You're
It's
welcome.
been
Nice
very
to see you. Thank you.
All right. Kelsey, Christina, back to you.
Thank you for joining us on this special session of 42 minutes without the special schedule.
Please join us next time for this segment on Chuck E. Cheese's Kid Friendly Death Trap.